Hello YouTube, this is EDT Ginger. I'm here to bring you a budget Cyber Dragon deck. This is in no regards a full deck. I'm missing Protos, Valleys, Esper, all those really awesome cyber cards, but I do have a very basic layout. This has worked a little bit. I've tried it on Dueling Network and it has been, I think it went 6 and 8, probably like that, something. It's either 6 and 8, 6 and 9, something like that. I mean, 2/3 of the duels it wins, so here it is. To start off, we have 3 Cyber Dragons, the main engine of the deck. If you do not use Cyber Dragons in a Cyber Dragon deck, you're probably just morally retarded. And I have 5 of these. I wish I had some Protos. I have all the Cyber Dragons. But next off, we have Cyber Phoenix. Cyber Phoenix is good for drawing a card and keeping your machines on the field. Next one, we got the two different light hex sealed fusions. One dark, one light, just because you can get very nice Cyber Twin with this very easily, and this is just used for any of the Chimera techs mostly, but you can use it with Power Bond for the Cyber fusions as well. Next is Sangan. Searcher, staple. Next we have Honest, which is nice to have with the small. We have a small amount of light cards, but I mean, he's pretty good. Play him, hit for 11, go back to your hand, block if you have a Cyber Dragon, or just the light hex sealed in general. Next one is Jinzo. He's sort of an expensive card for a budget deck, but I had one laying around, and he was my original Jinzo. I was so happy when I pulled him back when there wasn't even a ban list. Next we have Jolroid, a little super Jolroid. Don't know why that's super, but I guess it's because he came out of starter deck. Just leave it at that. But he's good for taking out your defense vision monsters, and I'm using him for machine fusions as well. Submarine Roid, probably the best of the Roids, because you can tag go to defense mode. Pretty good 1800 block. I recommend using him multiples. I only have one at the moment. Well, I have a second one. I'm using it in other decks. I need to put it back in this one. This is just a crappy little budget deck I threw together for my first video ever made. But this is my Steamroid 2300 beat stick. Kind of dies fast, so he's good for taking out a really annoying monster and then hiding behind him with traps. Gyroid. Use him for more fusions with Steamroid, but he's good just staying behind stuff. Level 3, so you can get some nice XCs or Synchros or whatever you want to do. Next, we have Machina Cannon. I got him today in a 10. I got a couple cards in the 10 actually, but I'm using him in place of a Cyber Talon because I don't even know where we get a Cyber Talon. I stopped playing for a while, so I don't have very many good cards. Next one's Effect Veiler. I know he's not cheap, but they've just made the reprints in the Order of Chaos boxes, which, I mean, I was lucky I didn't get Winged Dragon Raw, which I would have probably been like, Fah! But I would have probably yelled in the store if I pulled that instead of Effect Veiler, because I want him. Next one, Genix Ally Birdman. Pulled him on my first 10 coming back to this game. So I'm guessing he's sort of cheap. I don't know. All I know is he's really good, especially with Cyber Dragons. He's a level 3, so you can get some pretty good synchros with him. Next one would be Gore's Emissary of Darkness. I'm going to just say he's really staple. I recommend him every deck because he is just a 2700 beat stick who stops OTKs. And you can get a little token will do. Next is spells. We have 1 Future Fusion. Says for itself, it is the best fusion card in my opinion. Just use that to get your Chimera Tech or whatever. Well, I don't recommend it with Chimera Tech unless you have Overload Fusion, because you can get all your monsters into your graveyard instantly with Future Fusion, and smack an Overload Fusion over that, you got a ridiculously high attack point Chimera Tech. That's pretty much all it's used for. I don't have any Gatling Dragons or anything in here, so I might get some later. But the next 2 are my Power Bonds. Mine's the really shiny Ultra First Edition one, and my friends that he gave me is this crappy silver from the remakes. But I do thank him because I need a third one. So far, not having one, but D-Fusion, use them if you're going to do a Cyber Twin OTK. Very helps unless you're using the Hex Shield fusions, then you cannot get any monsters with diffusion, which is depressing. One limited removal, of course, good for really quick attack. One magical stone. I use this to make up for the fact that I'm very low on spell cards that I need, so I'm using this to kind of make up for it. It's very useful, and you can get some. If you're using Overload Fusion, it helps. One Pod Duality, remade, of course. I don't have any multiples because it's cheaper just to get one. I don't want to have to bother with multiples, but it is nice for getting just another card. Monster Reborn, staple. Heavy Storm's another staple. Book of Moon, staple. Scapegoat, staple. Dark Hole, staple. Smashing Ground, staple. And Swords of Being Light, staple. You can kind of all guess what those are for. They're just nice cards. Nice little easy to use cards, Buy turns, destruction, buy more turns. Just kind of annoying. Heavy Storms just blows up their back rows. Monster Reborn. I don't have any Mystical Space Typhoon in this deck. Mainly because I don't have room for them. I was trying to build a more basic deck than the more competitive decks that I've seen. But this is, as I said, it's more of a quick game, which most people are like, oh no, it's an OTK. No, I don't use it for an OTK. It has OTK D4, but I mean, its main priority is just smashing your opponent with all the machines at once. Next we have Royal Decree, only running one because I have a Jinzo. One Bottomless, staple. I mean, pretty much all those traps are staples. Call of the Haunted, nice for bringing back more cards like Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn does, I'm sorry. Torrential Tribute, very good for keeping their monsters from just wreaking havoc on your ass. Mirror Force, of course, staple. Bulls up there in field like Torrential. And two different Psalms. I don't have a second Psalm Warning, otherwise I'd be running it too. Probably get rid of the Mirror Force for that, because Torrential's a lot easier to use than Mirror Force. But yeah, these two are very good cards for blocking just pretty much any meta right now. And the last card, Damage Condenser. Most people don't know what this card is. It is very good. When you take battle damage to your life points, you can use it, and you can get a monster with the attack equal to or less than the damage you took. So if they hit you with, say, like a 2400 Monarch, you can just summon Jinzo automatically, or any other useful. I mean, no one uses this card. I don't know why. It was nice to pull. It's nice. Little suit hollow. But it's just an interesting trap. I recommend trying it. If you don't like it, definitely put it down by all means, but it is useful for this deck. And onto the extra deck, we have one Chimera Tech Overdragon. Of course, very just a Cyber Fusion. Probably the best one in my opinion, if you have other cards to back it up as well. One Chimera Tech Fortress. One badass card, especially if your opponent's using machine types. You can just Miracle. You can do contact fusions, which help if you're using the Hex Shield. You can also, no wait, you can't use Hex Shield fusions with Cyber Fortress. Chimera Tech Fortress, I was told. I don't know if that's true or not, but it came from a good source. Two Cyber Ends. I have a third one, just not using them because I don't want to overclog the extra deck. Two Cyber Twins. Same. I have a third one, but not going to clog. One Super Vehicle Jumbo Drill. As you know, it's a underpowered version of the Cyber End, but I do have Roids in here, and he was very kind to be added to my deck. One Steam Gyroid, of course, just the last of the Roid fusions. Now to the Synchros and Xyz. One Stardust Dragon. Pretty much everyone runs them. He's getting sort of cheap now. Yeah. Red Dragon Archfiend, even cheaper in case you're in a battle where Stardust can't help you. Say they're using Grapha, but they don't have the stupid world thing, whatever that stupid field card is for the Dark Worlds. I'm going to be hit about that in the comments, I'm guessing, but whatever. This is my first video, and I'm not really thinking about the Dark Worlds because I gave away all my Dark World monsters. Surprising. Gravity Warrior. I pulled him today out of the box too. Actually, I have the box right here. It's this weird collector's. That's the top. It's the sorry for making all the racket, but see, brand new. Saw it in Target, grabbed it. Pretty awesome, worth it. Got a whole bunch of cool fusions and stuff. But yeah, he's pretty good. Haven't used him yet, but I mean he's easy to get out, especially the Veiler and the whatever. Sorry, it's been a long night. It's almost midnight here when I'm taking this. Utopia. Everyone's using him pretty much now. Very good for blocking, for defense. Ooh, and this video is going long, so I'm going to finish up in 3 more cards. Terabyte, got him today too. He comes in that 10 automatically, and he's pretty awesome. Just hard to get out. 1 Giga Brilliant, in case you need the extra attack power. And finally, 1 Granosaurus. I would recommend switching him for Leviathan, but I do not have one. I hope this has been helpful to y'all. Comment, rate, subscribe. I will be making more videos if you do. I do have better decks like my half Chaos, half Armed Dragon deck, which has so far been undefeated. It is a 10 and 10. It's pretty nice. It's beaten Insectors and Windups alike. It's a very good anti-meta. Yeah, so if y'all would like to see that, or you want to see something else, like I play Xbox and all this, I can get some playthroughs going. I don't have to use this crappy phone for a camera anymore. I can just use my capture card. So, you know, whatever y'all want, I'm more than willing to do for you. Yeah, so everyone have a nice day, and I will talk to you later if I get good reviews. Okay, bye.